Voyager families, thank you so much for joining me in the Counselor Corner today for two videos combined into one, which is our remote learning tip number 4, and also our topic of the month, which is coping skills. So I've decided to put two videos into one so that you can find all this information in one place, and we're just going to jump right into it. So coping skills are skills or techniques that you turn to help make you feel better in times of need or in times of frustration and stress. For example, breathing and journaling are two techniques that I use almost daily to help me through struggles or whenever I'm having a difficult day. So the first coping technique that I want to introduce and explain is breathing. And some of you might be thinking, what, breathing? I've been breathing since I was a baby. I don't need anyone to teach me how to breathe. And I totally get that. But when you look at it a different way, and if you practice the way that I'm about to discuss with you, you would be surprised at how beneficial and how meaningful breathing is going to be in your life if you decide to practice it, even if it's just once a day in the morning or right before you go to bed at night. So the breathing technique that I like to practice, it requires very little time. In the morning, I just set aside maybe 5 to 10 minutes where I inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 4 seconds. And you're really just repeating that same process about 3 to 5 times for 5 to 10 minutes every day. And the key to breathing is you're focusing on the present moment. And if it helps to just stare at one point in the room, or if it helps you to close your eyes, then I would definitely encourage you to do so. But the main point of breathing is you are just letting yourself focus on what's happening in the moment and not worrying about what's going on in the world or what you have to do within the next half an hour. And that is the important part of breathing that I wanted to discuss with you today. The second coping technique that I wanted to introduce and talk about is journaling. So journaling is a wonderful technique that I would encourage anyone to do, actually, because for one, you are, as journaling, you are putting your thoughts and ideas and really anything that comes to mind on paper. And when we put pen to paper and we use that to transfer our thoughts and emotions, it helps us to release any stress or negative feelings that we just have a tendency to pent up or, just to bottle during the day. And after a certain amount of time, I don't know if you notice, but if you keep your emotions bottled up, at some point in the day, especially if they're negative feelings, at some point, maybe not in the same day or a few days down the road, it's going to come out eventually. And journaling can be a wonderful way of coping with any negative feelings or emotions that you have. So journaling, I would just want to show you the different journals that I have. So the first one is this journal. It's a vintage journal and it looks really cool. That's why I got it. But this journal I use mainly for my thoughts and ideas and any goals or aspirations that I might have. And this is where I get a lot of my creative ideas from. Before I sign off, another coping skill that I like to practice actually daily is some form of dance. So I really am big on relieving stress through movement, and my unique way of relieving that type of stress is through dance. And one of the dances that I used to do, and I still try to practice every now and then, is hula. So I use hula also as a coping skill and to just remind myself of better times, because there are better times that lie ahead. And we just have to, practice these coping skills to help remind us that this time is not going to last forever. It's as difficult as it might seem right now. There are better times that lie ahead. So I wanted to share a special hula with you, and it is called Ko'ula. Ko'ula is a beautiful place in the island of Kauai. And in Ko'ula, there's a beautiful waterfall called Mano Waiopuna. And Manobai-o-Puna is one of the most beautiful waterfalls on the island of Kauai, and it is only accessible by helicopter and some part. So to share with you how I like to cope with feelings of frustration and stress, I wanted to perform a hula, and I hope you enjoy it. Again, the name of the song is Ko'ula, and this version, the version that I'm going to perform to, is performed by Naleo Pili Mehana, and it is a beautiful. So I hope you folks enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Aloha.